So the protest has been hundreds and thousands of people in the streets all night.
Minister, I'm so
Minister-
not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with this conversation. So I'm going to wait until you're finished. Really, I'm not. I don't discuss. I'm really not. So I'll just tune out.
So wait. So let me pause
Okay.
and hear what's your discomfort is about.
I'm not comfortable with politics. I don't discuss it with anybody, and I maintain good relationships with left and right. And I think it's one of the most divisive things in the world. And I always search, if I can, for what's good in all people. And I don't, the people on the right are hysterical, the people on the left. And I tell everybody, I don't, that's not where I am. And that's not what I want to hear. And I don't think that's going to bring peace.
So may I reflect what I'm hearing?
You can. You may.
Would that be supportive just for you to be heard?
It depends, because I really don't want to go to this place. And I'm not here tonight to hear this. I'm sorry.
So what I'm hearing is that you have a decision not to talk anything about politics because you have zero hope that any conversation about politics will bring connection or support harmony and trust, because you've seen that any conversation about politics leads to separation and divisiveness. And so you want to stay connected to everyone. You want to live in peace. And for you, the strategy has been just avoid any political conversations.
But it goes, yes, but it's not only in Israel. When I was back in college during the hippies, I wasn't out on the streets. That's just not where I was. I never was. It's just not my way. And I'm uncomfortable with it everywhere, anywhere. And it's particularly in Israel, because people live and breathe it and they listen to the radio all day and they try to understand.
Yes.
It's not me.
So it's not particular to Israel. It's beyond that. You want to just live life in a way that doesn't see identities, because that brings separation. You want to see a human being.
Yeah, that's close. That's very close. Yeah.
Okay.
And I follow the teachings of Krishnamurti, in other words, that idea that that people have to make light inside themselves before they go correct the world. Because I've met too many people correcting the world who are very, very cruel, very, very selfish. And I'm scared of them. And it's the humble people who look inside and they're not, they don't know everything and they don't have the solution. Those are the people that I search for and I want to be with.
Yes. So you kind of follow Gandhi's guidance, who said, be the change you want to see in the world. So it's focused on, if you want to change something in the world, change yourself.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
yes.
very, very much so. But I also have no tolerance for the right, or I really don't. You just don't understand. It's just.
It sounds like you just don't trust people who have answers.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
Right. So you have big resistance to anything that resemble any political conversation. Yeah,
I do.
How do you feel? Do you feel like we've heard you?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a follower of Gandhi, but that's not the point. The point is that's close to what I am. And it's also in my house at the Shabbat table. Every time there was a political discussion and their friends came, there was a fight every time. And I know where it goes. I know where it goes. And I was a teacher for years and I taught the most leftist of people. And I never, ever discussed politics because I love these people and they love me. And I knew if we get into that, we're finished. So that's where.
Yeah. So you've seen the pain, experience it in your own family and in your own community.
Yes.
It just tears families apart and there is separation with the people you love most. And it's just horrifying. You are so clear that you just don't enter that zone because it's never going to lead to anything positive.
Yeah, that's where I am. Yeah, very much.
Got it. So I would love to give a response.
Okay. As long as it doesn't go into a political argument, because I won't do it. Okay.
What I would like is to see if you're willing, because I think this is a learning process, right? Now we are doing this live. I would like to stay with this process where I respond and then you reflect to me what you heard.
Okay.
Would that work for you?
Yes.
And at any moment, if you feel beyond capacity, we stop. So I think my response first is I feel a lot of tenderness and compassion for you because I know what you're talking about. I've seen it in my own family. If you just start talking about politics, it gets heated so fast. There's no way back from it. Like, no one has the capacity. It just leads to a lot of conflict and pain and separation. So I felt tenderness for that. I was very excited when I was introduced to NVC, because for me, that's the path and a practice to actually have these conversations in a way that is hopeful, in a way that doesn't take sides, in a way that brings togetherness. And I'm not trusting that if we don't find a way to have these conversations, we can really have connection. Because what happens is that people don't talk about politics. And then there's this elephant in the room, and there's no connection and no intimacy and no authenticity. And we all have these topics that we don't talk about, and we walk on eggshells. And that's very costly too. It doesn't really bring us together or transform things. We just don't talk about it. So we have, again, the either or. We either talk about it and separate and explode, or we don't talk about it and we are just pretending it doesn't exist. So I'm just going to pause and check if you're willing to reflect. And if you don't, then we can ask someone else.
Yeah, as I understand it, you have tenderness, as you said, and understanding and empathy for how that sort of discussion about politics can tear people apart, families apart, and you've seen it. And so you understand that. You're not making yourself right. You understand. So it's coming from a place of empathy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not from a political stance. It's from the place of the heart. And I appreciate that. On the other hand, you say, but if you don't talk about it, then you have this white elephant. You have something in the room that you're always avoiding. You can't move around too much around a white elephant. So I'm hearing what you're saying. And it's just my hope that through natural transformation, people, without even conversation, because
you're responding. So
I'm sorry, I'm just reflecting. Okay. So so you have a problem with people not talking. I understand. And you hope that NVC is a way of not having a white elephant, but to engage with other people.
Yes, and I think it's deeper than that. I hold that really that longing to live in peace relies on our capacity to actually connect across differences. It's been my spiritual search all these years because of growing in Israel, because of living in this separation and this pain, that I was really longing to find something that will help us, that will help me, love my neighbor as myself, even if my neighbor is a right-wing, a Palestinian, or whoever my enemy is. So it's my life mission to serve in this way through NVC. When I look at Gandhi and what he's done, he's taking these spiritual principles of nonviolence and applied it to the political world. And that's for me what it means to bring spirit into earth, that we actually take these life-serving principles and we live them in whatever the context is. If it's political, it's political. If it's intimate relationship, it's an intimate relationship. I don't want to divide and say this is yes and this is no, because then it creates a barrier for actually embodying this everywhere. And yes, it's some places are harder than others. So I'm going to pause and see if you're willing to reflect.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're saying your life mission, maybe because you grew up in Israel and experienced so much strife, whether it's left and right or the Arabs. Strife is that's what runs the country here. That you really sought another way, a way that these parts could engage. And the path you found, or the mission you found, is through NVC, and because you think that everything is political, even a spiritual life has to come down to the mundane and to manifest itself in human life. Yeah.
And I want to build my skills so that I can facilitate conversations like this in a way that brings connection, so that I can sit in a room with Palestinians and Israelis and right-wing and left-wing and be a catalyst, give an example and give an inspiration. And that's what I'm trying to do right now with you too. Because anyone who would have a reaction to something I'm saying, I just want to pause and hear them, because we have the tools. We know it's possible, and we know how to do it. How is this landing with you?
No, I understand. It's very interesting because it's showing me how NVC works. It's really interesting.
Tell me more about it.
Okay, because it could have exploded. I was almost going to press the button and exit.
Wow.
Because that's how much but in other words, you stopped. It didn't get to any hard words or anything like that, which it could have, I wouldn't get into hard words. I would just leave. And this where you said, okay, you didn't say it, but like sit, wait, let me explain, now reflect. So it has there's a structure that contains you instead of whatever.
Yes, there is
Either
structure that
getting angry or
contains
leaving.
you. I love
Yeah.
that phrasing. Yes.
And I felt contained, like, oh, okay, I can do this. I can do this. This is okay. Because it was in a way that it came from, well, like you said, your sense of purpose, not from, because you think you're right. I'm so tired of people being right.
Yeah.
They're very, very, very interesting. Because I'm not angry. I could have, I'm not angry. I was angry before.